Family Welfare, Chemicals and Fertilizers, Shri Mansukh Mandaviya. I welcome the Chief Secretary of Gujarat, Shri Rajkumar. Also, Secretary Department of Biotechnology from Government of India, Dr. Rajesh Gokhale, who are working on a very important policy formulation, and we will have a very engaging session on the same. I also welcome an eminent team of academicians, researchers and incubators from San Francisco, California, led by Dr. P.R. Tandon, Setu Foundation, also leading Stanford India Bioscience Program, along with her, Chairman and CEO of Target Discovery Inc. California, Mr. Jeffrey Peterson, who has a lot of experience and exposure to the entire ecosystem in this sector and related sector. And we're very happy to have him here and listen to him. Along with him, there are professors from University of California, Santa Cruz, Professor Michael Agaros, Professor Robert Land, and a team from University of Edinburgh led by Professor Simon West, and along with them, professors from Harvard Medical School, also JNU, and equally matched are the leaders from industry side, led by Mr. Krishnan, MD and Regional President of Novozyme South Asia Private Limited, and his entire team from the industry and able. Along with that, the whole array of startup and funding agencies led by venture capitalists who are more interested to fund startups in biotechnology. Friends, as you are well aware, in past 8 years, India's biotechnology and bioeconomy sector has grown 8 times from $10 billion to $80 billion, with an increase in number of biotech startups from 50 to 5,300. Now, the Indian biotechnology industry is expected to reach $300 billion by 2030. So, here, the Department of Science and Technology has been able to put together a good ecosystem consisting of educational institution like Gujarat Biotechnology University, a research center like Gujarat Biotechnology Research Center, and Gujarat State Biotechnology Mission, who comes out with the policy incentives for the industries and the startup. Gujarat Biotechnology University is established in collaboration with University of Edinburgh, and it is my pleasure to share the information that after its inception in 2018, the second batch itself attracted the top 500 students of graduate aptitude test for biotechnology conducted nationally as a competitive exam. Along with that, the 2 students of the first maiden batch of GBU are already a part of a student innovation scheme of GSBTM, and they are in the process of developing early diagnostic kit. Biotechnology, recognized as a sunrise sector, is a key driver contributing to India's $5 trillion economy vision, and recognizing the importance of biotechnology sector in propelling India's growth for Viksit Bharat, the state government has announced Biotechnology Policy 22-27 with generous incentives for capital expenditure, operating expenditure, and also for employment generation. Along with that, the policy also has a special mention of special projects which relate to the upcoming areas of biotechnology like gene therapy and others, and mega projects which commit to bringing investment beyond INR 20,000 crore. For extending equally strong support to innovation and startup, Gujarat State, in partnership with Department of Biotechnology, Government of India, has established Savli Technology and Business Incubator. Today, the ex-startups of STBI, as we call it, Revi Environmental Solution, Wise Organic Fertilizers, and Infinita Biotech have received national startup awards. Revi Environmental Solutions and MicroGo have been winners of Swachh Bharat Grand Challenge and Onion Grand Challenge conducted by Government of India. Pragmatech Healthcare Solution Private Limited, working on cervical cancer in women, is first in India to receive CDSCO, that is the regulatory clearance for cervical self-sampling kit, making women Atmanirbhar to collect cervical samples. Also, another Gujarat startup, Ampligen, has international recognition in the field of ultra-rapid and portable diagnostics of antimicrobial resistance microbes from patient sample. Gujarat Biotechnology Research Center, GBRC as it is known, has been a game changer in biotech research. Today, GBRC is part of Genome India Initiative, the largest funded project by DBT-GOE. It is also part of largest network program on AMR, superbugs, and One Health, and part of INASOCOG, largest network project by DBT, Government of India. The solutions that GBRC is providing to Gujarat State are like dengue serotype detection kit, Amplicon panel for diagnosis of hereditary breast and ovarian cancer, Amplicon panel for diagnosis of muscular dystrophy and lysosomal storage disorder. For recombinant serotiopeptidase and other similar productions. Probiotic for treatment of endometritis in animal, detection of adulteration in herbal formulation, etc. It gives me immense confidence that research in the state is progressing rapidly. Aligning with the vision of Viksit Bharat, the government of Gujarat is developing startup ecosystem and hub and spoke model with STBI as hub and building entrepreneurship capacity cells in 9 colleges in the state as spokes to connect the local innovators and help them develop their ideas. So we look forward to today's insightful discussion that we are going to document and present to Government of India and Government of Gujarat. Parallel will be sessions for the startups, exhibition by the startup. There will be parallel sessions of boot camp and live pitching for the startup. Once again, I welcome you all. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Jai Garvi Gujarat.
Thank you so much, madam, for your warm welcome words and also the introductory remarks. आज हमारे साथ वर्चुअली हमारे संग जुड़े हैं माननीय मंत्री श्री डॉक्टर मनसुख मांडविया जी, स्वास्थ्य एवं परिवार कल्याण मंत्रालय, भारत सरकार। मैं उन्हें आदर और विनम्रता से उनके विशेष उद्बोधन के लिए आमंत्रित करती हूं।
जी नमस्कार। बायोटेक्नोलॉजी पर प्री वाइब्रेंट सेमिनार में उपस्थित गुजरात के यशस्वी मुख्यमंत्री आदरणीय भूपेंद्र भाई पटेल जी, राज्य के मुख्य सचिव श्री राजकुमार जी, भारत सरकार में सचिव श्री राजेश गोखले जी, मिस्टर पीटरसन, मिस्टर कृष्णन, इस कार्यक्रम से जुड़े सभी आज के इस अवसर पर आप सबका मैं अभिनंदन करता हूं। आप सबको सबसे पहले एक बात बताना चाहूंगा कि प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी जब गुजरात के मुख्यमंत्री थे तब राज्य में बायोटेक्नोलॉजी मिशन और बायोटेक पार्क की स्थापना की थी। 15-20 साल पहले बायोटेक मिशन की स्थापना करने वाला शायद गुजरात देश का पहला राज्य था और यह कदम दर्शाता है कि बायोटेक को लेकर मोदी जी का विजन कितना दूरंदेशी है, जो आज हमारे भूपेंद्र भाई उसको आगे बढ़ा रहा है। आज हम प्री वाइब्रेंट इवेंट में भी बायोटेक्नोलॉजी पर कार्यक्रम करते हैं, वह उसी का नतीजा है। भारत सरकार में फार्मास्यूटिकल्स का मंत्री होने के नाते मैं आपको इतना जरूर बता सकता हूं कि आने वाले वक्त में बायोटेक्नोलॉजी हेल्थ ट्रीटमेंट का सबसे बड़ा आधार बनेगा। इसी के साथ साथ कृषि, पर्यावरण, इंडस्ट्रीज उत्पादन जैसे कई सारे क्षेत्र में बायोटेक्नोलॉजी के जरिए जटिल प्रश्नों का समाधान खोजा जाएगा। इन सबके चलते आने वाले वक्त की इकोनॉमी बायोटेक्नोलॉजी आधारित बनेगी, इतना मुझे आज दिखाई दे रहा है। भारत की बायो इकोनॉमी पिछले 8 वर्षों में 8 गुना बढ़ी है और 10 अरब डॉलर से बढ़कर 80 अरब डॉलर तक पहुंच गई है। जैसा कि माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने घोषणा की है कि देश बायोटेक के ग्लोबल इकोसिस्टम में शीर्ष 10 देशों की श्रेणी तक पहुंचने से बहुत दूर नहीं है। भारतीय बायोटेक इंडस्ट्रीज साल 2025 तक 150 बिलियन डॉलर और साल 2030 तक 300 बिलियन डॉलर का लक्ष्य रख के साथ वर्तमान में भारत ग्लोबल बायोटेक्नोलॉजी इंडस्ट्रीज में लगभग 3% हिस्सेदारी के साथ दुनिया में बायोटेक्नोलॉजी के शीर्ष 12 गंतव्यों में से आज एक है। भारत में बायोटेक्नोलॉजी इंडस्ट्रीज में 760 से अधिक कंपनियां और 4240 स्टार्टअप शामिल है, जो प्रमुख क्षेत्रों में अलग अलग क्षेत्र के साथ फैले हुए हैं। 2020 तक बायो फार्मास्यूटिकल्स सबसे बड़ा क्षेत्र है, जो भारतीय बायो इकोनॉमी में 62% योगदान देता है। इसके बाद बायो एग्रीकल्चर है, जिसका योगदान 16% है, और बायो सर्विसेज और बायो इंडस्ट्रीज क्षेत्र जो 2020 में उद्योग का संयुक्त रूप में देखे तो 22% हिस्सा था, जिसके तेजी से बढ़ने की आज उम्मीद दिख रही है। नेशनल बायोटेक्नोलॉजी डेवलपमेंट स्ट्रेटेजी 2020-25 के मध्य से सरकार कौशल्य विकास, रिसर्च और इनोवेशन ड्रिवन मजबूत इकोसिस्टम, नॉलेज शेयरिंग और कॉमर्शलाइजेशन की सुविधा और इन क्षेत्र में पीपीपी मॉडल को प्रोत्साहित करके बाजार से जुड़ने तक फोकस कर रही है। कोविड-19 महामारी में भारत ने कुल 5 वैक्सीन देश में बनाई और दुनिया को भारत का बायोटेक्नोलॉजी के क्षेत्र में शक्ति का परिचय दिया। दुनिया के साथ ही भारत ने भी वैक्सीनेशन प्रोग्राम चालू कर पाया, जो हमारी बायोटेक्नोलॉजिकल स्किल के कारण संभव हुआ। भारत ने दुनिया के 125 से ज्यादा देशों को एफोर्डेबल वैक्सीन उपलब्ध कराई। आने वाले वक्त में दुनिया के लिए ऐसे कई सारे बायोटेक्नोलॉजी आधारित प्रोडक्ट भारत उपलब्ध कराएगा, जो दुनिया के कल्याण में उपयोगी होगा। गुजरात ने पिछले 2 दशकों में एक डायनेमिक, रिस्पॉन्सिबल और वाइब्रेंट अर्थव्यवस्था विकसित करने में महत्वपूर्ण योगदान दिया है। वाइब्रेंट गुजरात समिट 2024 के 10वें संस्करण की जो थीम है उसे उपयुक्त रूप से गेटवे टू द फ्यूचर के रूप में रखा गया है, जो माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री के विकसित भारत 2047 के दृष्टिकोण को आगे बढ़ाता है। मुझे यह जानकर खुशी हुई कि गुजरात ने हमारे माननीय प्रधानमंत्री को आगे बढ़ने और गुजरात को भविष्य में अमृत काल के लिए तैयार करने के लिए मानव कल्याण को संबोधित करते हुए इनोवेशन में राज्य के बायोटेक्नोलॉजी क्षेत्र के लिए भविष्य का रास्ता तय करने के लिए इस प्री वाइब्रेंट सेमिनार का आयोजन किया है। मैं देश और दुनिया भर से आने वाले स्टार्टअप्स, इंडस्ट्रीज और इंडस्ट्रीज एसोसिएशन, शोधकर्ताओं और शिक्षाविदों की भागीदारी को देखकर वास्तव में प्रसन्न हूं। मुझे यकीन है कि आप सभी इस क्षेत्र के विकास में सहयोग और समर्थन के लिए बायोटेक्नोलॉजी पर इस मंच का उपयोग करेंगे और इस क्षेत्र में आने वाले वक्त में जो अपॉर्चुनिटी है उन पर सार्थक चर्चा भी करेंगे। मैं करीब 2 दशकों से बायोटेक्नोलॉजी पर गुजरात के समर्पित फोकस और भारत को एक हेल्थ केयर और इनोवेशन रेडी देश बनाने में दृढ़ता से योगदान करते हुए देखकर भी वास्तव में प्रसन्न हूं। माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री भारत को 2047 तक एक विकसित राष्ट्र का दर्जा प्राप्त करने की कल्पना करते हैं और उनका लक्ष्य इस अमृत काल के दौरान 25 वर्ष के लिए भारत को इस परिवर्तनकारी यात्रा पर स्थापित करना है। अगले 25 साल में भारत को विकसित बनाने के लिए हमें थोड़े ऐसे क्षेत्र में भारत को विकसित बनाना पड़ेगा, तभी जाकर भारत सही मायने में विकसित बन सकता है। इसमें बायोटेक्नोलॉजी मिशन शामिल है। गुजरात ने बायोटेक्नोलॉजी के क्षेत्र में अग्रसर रहकर देश के विकास में अपना योगदान देने के लिए जो काम किया है वह सराहनीय है और वाइब्रेंट गुजरात की यह प्री इवेंट इसको सही दिशा देने में और तेजी से आगे बढ़ने के लिए अवश्य मदद करेगी। आज के इस अवसर पर मैं आप सबको बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूं और शुभकामना करता हूं कि इस इवेंट के वैचारिक आदान प्रदान से इस सेक्टर को और अधिक ऊंचाई मिलेगी। आप सबको मेरी ओर से हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं। धन्यवाद।
माननीय मंत्री महोदय, आपके प्रेरक संबोधन एवं आपकी वर्चुअल उपस्थिति के लिए आपका भी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। इस विशेष अवसर पर मंच से विराजमान सभी अतिथियों का हम स्वागत करने के लिए अति उत्सुक हैं। Foremost, I request Ms. Mona Khandar, Principal Secretary DST Government of Gujarat, to kindly welcome our Honorable Chief Minister of Gujarat, Shri Bhupendra Bhai Patel, with a shawl and a memento. Thank you. I now request Shri Viday Khare, Mission Director, GSBTM, to kindly welcome Shri Rajkumar, IS, Chief Secretary, Government of Gujarat. All these products are being made by our local artists. Hence, we significantly praise local for vocal. I now request Shri Dr. Subir Majumdar, Director General, Gujarat Biotechnology University, to welcome Dr. Rajesh Gokhale, Secretary, DBT, MST, Government of India. Thank you. I now request Shri Dr. Snehal Bagathria to welcome Mr. Jeffrey Peterson, Chairman and CEO, Target Discovery Inc., California. Thank you. And I now request Dr. Anasuya Bharalkar, Joint Director, BD, GSBTM, to welcome Shri G.S. Krishnan, President, Association of Biotech-Led Enterprises, and ex-Managing Director and Regional President, Novozyme South Asia Private Limited. Thank you. As we know, biotechnology plays a crucial role in addressing various global challenges by harnessing biological systems and living organisms to develop innovative solutions. Its importance lies in advancing healthcare, agricultural advancements, environmental sustainability, industrial applications, research and development. To know more about this, let's have a look at an audiovisual film.
India. India is a flourishing bioeconomy. With 3% share in the global biotechnology industry, India is on the cusp of becoming a USD 5 trillion economy by 2027-28.
भारत अपनी आजादी के अमृत महोत्सव मना रहा है। अगले 25 वर्षों के लिए नए लक्ष्य तय कर रहा है। तब बायोटेक सेक्टर देश के विकास को नई गति देने के लिए बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है।
With presence of over 225 biotech companies and 40% of India's contract research organizations, Gujarat has a lion's share in contributing to the country's biotech sector. Government of Gujarat has been the enabler, creating conducive ecosystem for the major stakeholders: industry, startups, researchers and students. Policy support, fiscal incentives and non-fiscal support by the government is propelling the growth of the sector in the state. The emergence of Gujarat State Biotechnology Mission in 2004 was the cornerstone for the sector. Biotech got another boost when Gujarat Biotechnology Research Centre came into being in 2017. It offers ready-to-use scientific equipment at concessional rates. Gujarat earned the distinction of having the world's first dedicated university for biotechnology, Gujarat Biotechnology University. With globally recognized University of Edinburgh as its knowledge partner, the university conducts courses encompassing all segments of biotechnology. The Savli Technology and Business Incubator is one of the top 5 public bio-incubators of the country, with equipped laboratories and mentoring established in the vicinity of Biotechnology Park in Savli GIDC Estate, over 223 acres of land. It has a 320 KLD common effluent treatment plant to cater to the biotech industries therein. Gujarat Biotech Startup Venture Fund supports startups and MSMEs through equity-based venture financing. To further encourage investments, The government of Gujarat has unveiled Biotechnology Policy 2022-27, which aims to attract investment of rupees 20,000 crores, providing various capex and opex benefits to boost technopreneurship in the sector. The stars of Gujarat's biotech sector shining bright on the global horizon are Concord Biotech, one of the world's largest fermentation facility; Zytex Biotech, one of Asia's largest bacillus providing company; Sundiata Nimandis, one of the largest probiotics company in India; Hester Biosciences, Asia Pacific's largest poultry vaccine company. A pre-vibrant Gujarat Summit on biotechnology, the path of innovation and wellness for Viksit Bharat. Let's join hands for Atmanirbhar Gujarat to make an Atmanirbhar Bharat. Viksit Bharat.
Thank you. Now, in order to talk in this aspect more, I would humbly request Sri Rajkumar, Chief Secretary, Government of Gujarat, to deliver his address.
Honorable Chief Minister of Gujarat, Shri Bhupendra Bhai Patel ji. We just heard Honorable Union Minister, Shri Mansukh Mandaviya ji, Shri Rajesh Gokhale, Secretary, Department of Biotechnology, Government of India, Chairman and CEO of Target Discovery Incorporation, California, Mr. Jeffrey Peterson, industry captains. In particular, we have with us on the stage Mr. Krishnan, representing the association, leading academicians from universities around the globe, my colleague Ms. Mona Kandar, Mr. Videh Khare. Good morning and namaskar to all of you. It's my pleasure and privilege to address this pre-vibrant summit on biotechnology. On behalf of Government of Gujarat, I thank you all for being here with us today. It's indeed heartening to see the enthusiasm and warmth of this very esteemed gathering. As we all know, India has emerged as fifth largest economy and would soon be the third largest economy. It's one of the world's largest and fastest growing economies, leading outsourcing destination and favorite of international investors. In this context, it's my privilege to state that Gujarat has been playing increasingly an important role in India's growth story. This gathering is our endeavor to present the status and direction of biotechnology sector in the state and advantages that Gujarat offers to the investors in this sector. Under the visionary guidance of Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, India is leapfrogging into futuristic and strategic areas through technology-driven initiatives. As we all know, in the field of digital economy, India has earned its name, and it's one of the country, or I should say, the leading country so far as the digital transactions are concerned. Government is persistently focusing on facilitating the development of knowledge-based economy by leveraging India's youthful and talented population. Biotechnology and its allied fields have made tremendous contribution in solving new age problems, especially in the field of health, life sciences, and agriculture. Since biofuels are a low carbon alternative to fossil fuels, and in my opinion, these could help reduce greenhouse gases emissions and related climate change impact from particularly the transport sector. So in all likelihood, biotechnology will play a major role in transforming India's transport sector towards a net zero carbon emission sustainable economy. Also, as was mentioned by Honorable Union Minister earlier, bioeconomy, which in my opinion means using renewable biological resources from land and sea, like crops, forests, fish, animals, and microorganisms to produce food, materials, and energy. Stronger developments of bioeconomy will help India accelerate progress towards a circular and low-carbon economy. As was mentioned, in past 8 years, India's bioeconomy has grown 8 times, and we hope to achieve $300 billion of bioeconomy by 2030. Gujarat as a state has always been a policy-driven state with more than 20 sector-specific policies to strengthen the industrial ecosystem. The state's biotechnology policy is a carefully crafted, multi-dimensional stimulus towards developing a thriving biotech ecosystem in the state. This policy has enabled transformative changes in the sector by establishing research infrastructure such as Gujarat Genomics Initiative, Virtual Institute of Bioinformatics, Marine Bioresource Center, Sauli Bioincubator, Network of Biotech Capacity Cells, and Biotechpreneur programs. Today, Gujarat is home to more than 200 biotechnology companies and a thriving startup ecosystem that includes prominent R&D and educational institutes as well. Gujarat also holds the distinction of having maximum number of patents filed among states in the country, with more than 3,600 licensed units engaged in drug manufacturing. As a result, Gujarat has the advantage of being the first mover, and it can graduate from pharmaceuticals to biopharmaceutical because Gujarat produces almost 40% of country's pharmaceuticals, and it's a major exporter. In fact, in 2021 itself, Gujarat exported $2.7 billion worth of exports in pharmaceutical sector. Gujarat is hosting 10th Vibrant Summit with central theme Gateway to the Future, and government is heavily focusing on creating a conducive environment for development of domestic industrial ecosystem based on emerging technologies. Gujarat is synergizing its efforts with the Government of India to realize this vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat through Atmanirbhar Gujarat by promoting biotech innovation mission and entrepreneurship, leveraging the strength of strategic partnership and building capacities across the sector. Gujarat has taken great strides in developing a resilient, responsive and vibrant economy under the able leadership of Honorable Chief Minister of Gujarat, Shri Bhupendrabhai Patel. From this coveted platform of Vibrant Gujarat pre-summit seminar, I urge upon all the stakeholders, industry leaders, academicians, entrepreneurs, and aspiring youth of the state to join hands towards realizing the vision of Viksit Bharat through our ingenuity, perseverance, workmanship, and innovation. We all have witnessed the successive 9 vibrant summits in Gujarat, which have generated numerous opportunities for investors to engage with the state. I invite you all to the forthcoming 10th Vibrant Gujarat Summit to make the most of the networking and knowledge-sharing opportunities for the domestic and global young and energetic entrepreneurs, as well as with the global leaders. Thank you so much. Jai Jai Garvi Gujarat. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, sir, for your significant address. Today we have with us Dr. Rajesh Gokhale, Secretary, DBT, MST, Government of India. He holds an additional charge for the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. I would humbly request, sir, to deliver his talk on the vision of biotechnology.
Namaskar and good morning to all of you. Honorable Chief Minister Shri Bhupendra Patel ji, Honorable Union Minister of Health and Family Welfare Dr. Mansukh Mandviya ji, जो हमारे साथ ऑनलाइन ज्वाइन हुए थे, श्री राजकुमार जी, Chief Secretary Gujarat, Mrs. Mona Kandar, Principal Secretary Government of Gujarat, Mr. Jeffrey Peterson, Mr. Krishnan, Mr. Khare, other dignitaries at the Vibrant Gujarat Summit, ladies and gentlemen, It's my pleasure to be able to come and talk to you about what Department of Biotechnology is actually envisaging for the country's progress. And I will briefly give a 5 to 7 minutes of 10 minutes of talk on these aspects of it actually. So the real challenge I think that we believe, and I'm almost certain as we have heard from everybody actually, that biology is likely to build the next technology revolution in the world actually. And how these contours are going to be emerging will be determined in next decade time of how all these progresses will occur in various part of it. What is the challenge that our country is facing right now? If you really try and understand on how to come out of it, I think it's a very interesting concept that World Bank gave several years ago, what is called middle income trap. Now the whole idea is that countries that actually grow from low to medium rich countries, they have a certain trajectory to look at. But many countries get ensnared and get trapped within the middle income part of this and cannot become rich. And the challenge for this is because I believe the only way to come out of this is be able to have technologically empowered India, which can escape this trap. And the second aspect, very critical, is that the path that you have followed from low to middle income cannot be the followed for middle to high income. And I think therefore one has to take a different trajectories and different projectiles to be able to catch hold of these kind of challenges in the world. To be able to do this, what we believe is that biotech sector is going to be the most critical sector to growth. And I think the perspective of this bioeconomy report is one that was released last week, in fact in Delhi, and therefore the data is the latest data that is available, and I think, pardon me for giving you the latest data for it, but it's actually good to see that the growth last year was 23% of the past year of it actually. So it's a leaps and frogs jump that we have done actually. So 23% is a very, very high growth rate for the biosector to grow. The valuation is about $137 billion industry right now. And of the total economy, that is around 3.47 trillion economy or 4 trillion economy that India is presently about. And what we predict is it will be $300 billion plus industry by 2030. And we may be about $3 trillion industry by 2047, which is what we talk about actually, what we are all interested to look at. The sectors that have very rapidly grown over last year is the bioindustrial sector that has very, very rapidly grown, and it actually accounts for the 43% of the overall sector. The biopharma industry is 36%, and then there are these other sectors, bioagri, which is likely to grow even much more stronger than what it is presently it is all about. And I think these ways, this is likely to be the scenario for the future of the next 10 years to come in the country's future. What do we need to do to address these Vikasit Bharat priorities? And I believe the tech solutions that are necessary are in the 4 large areas. Either it's agri-food, energy, healthcare, or climate change. And the center of all these is going to be the data in the digital world that is going to ensemble all this data. And because India produces such huge amount of data, in fact, we can then create our own ways and mechanisms to put together a nice ecosystem that will evolve into a major programs of activities to look at. The technologies that are growing on the site, which will help all these sectors, are artificial intelligence, quantum technology, telecom technology, or mobility and medtech. And the technology that is going to be the game changer, in my opinion, is going to be the biomanufacturing perspective, which will create a completely new industrial revolution around all the world. And I think that's where we are actually focusing on how to be able to drive it. So our challenge really is to how to build the BioVision for Bharat in Amrit Kal. And all these sectors, whether it's biopharma, bioagri, bioindustrial, bioenergy, bioservices, biomedtech, or bio-AI, are likely to become a very big on its own. So how do we really do this? I think what Department of Biotechnology is doing is actually looking at every aspect of these in terms of such that the new opportunities can flourish. Whether it's got to do with innovation, technology, infrastructure, startups, financial models, inclusivity, social impact, and sustainability. And the key to be able to get each one of these pieces in right place is to have right amount of crosstalk and the connections. And that's where I am here today, because I think Gujarat has such a vibrant biotech industry that the center state can in fact make a huge amount of difference in the future growth of our entire country's nation. So to be able to do this, we need to look at 4 or 5 different aspects, and they need to go in a synchronized fashion. The one is the strengthening and aligning innovation ecosystem. The second is to provide compelling incentives for harnessing frontier technologies to the industry, because the industry need to be provided incentivization to be able to do this. The workforce transitions and capacity building, the regulatory and reforms so that instruments and institutions grow in a synchronized way, because otherwise the GMO becomes a problem. And then the social protection is even more important, because there is a perception in biotechnology that you are actually changing the environment and ecosystem about it. So it's clearly very, very critical to be able to work on this cycle as we move along the sector, and R&D and budget becomes the center part of this theme. So what are the challenges that the world itself is facing actually? So if you really look at from every sector, the forests are burning, glaciers are melting, and biodiversity is on decline. And really, many of these has been due to the foresight of humans, with the context primarily driven by the material industry that has actually come around to be able to help all these sectors. So whether it is metal, glass, ceramic, fertilizers, or other chemicals like plastics, all of these have in fact have no roadmap for in terms of environmental protection perspective actually. The other problem, which is actually, for example, if you look at one of the material, which is textile or the cloth, you can see what is happening with the textile industry actually. This is an example where at Char Dham, pilgrims discarded, about 7 quintals of cloths were fished out from the river. Now, why is this happening? This is clearly happening because there is no end of life cycle of cloth. You don't know what will you do with the cloth. Initially, it was an essential one, but now it is a commodity. And so if 1.4 billion people in India is going to buy a large number of cloth, you don't know what we are going to do with this. So you need to figure out a way to be able to have a sum of end of life cycle for these kind of technologies. The global rice crisis, you can see the rice which once was provided us growth, now in fact stagnating yields, land water scarcity, and methane emission and global warming is a bit of a challenge actually to look at. So how do we resolve these actually? And I think that what we are trying to do is to foster a future now from our country's perspective, which is more sustainable, innovative, and responsible for the global challenges. You leverage living systems to create new sustainable and efficient manufacturing processes. These can be versatile, scalable, and if rightly put together, can be cost effective as well as an environmental impact. And obviously it will create new jobs and intensify entrepreneurial momentum that is very important to look at. All of these are in fact aligned with the nation's mission and visions that our Honorable Prime Minister has so many times shared, whether it's got to do with green growth or got to do with PM's vision of making India net zero carbon economy, or the lifestyle for the environment life, which is actually the mission that Honorable Prime Minister is driving. So we are all together as part of this nation's progress wanting to grow these systems to look at. So what we are trying to do is we're going to come up with a policy which is going to enable these various initiatives that are critical for us to make an impact. Either it's bio-based chemicals or enzymes, or functional foods or smart proteins, or precision biotherapeutics, or it is climate resilient agriculture, or you could do the carbon capture and utilization, or the futuristic marine and the space research. All these sectors will be as a sectorially looked at, and growth will be addressed in a way such that one sector grows in a different fashion, the other sector grows in different fashion. So we're going to look at each sectorial growth. And to be able to do this, we're going to set up bio-AI hubs and bio-manufacturing hubs all across the country, with providing public-private partnerships and industrial cooperation as the 2 pillars of strength to be able to utilize these activities. Also, one of the key aspects of this likely is going to be for the health industry, what we call healing with Dawai actually. And the Dawai, as you understand, the Dawa can be AI-driven Dawai. And I think where you can see the accelerated drug discovery will happen, clinical trial optimizations can be done, the personalized medicines can work, and the medical imaging systems and analysis will come in together actually. It's also called wet AI now, or what we call bio AI hubs. Now, deep learning enables computers to understand the language, and therefore the complex patterns that are there in biological data can be very nicely and impactfully identified. And I think that's why we're going to focus largely on the data and how the data gets integrated into systems and paradigms together. So these are some of the futuristic technologies which can be quite revolutionary. For example, can genetically engineered synthetic probiotics be the solution for future? Can brain-computer interface solve problems of restoration of aspects of things? Can you have developing bioengineered ovaries actually as a way to look at, growth, hormone levels, restorations, and other kind of activities to look at? To be able to do this, it's also important to work on the how people care sector as well, actually. And I think if you really look at one of the challenge in biomanufacturing sector is really got to do with the fact that our people are not completely engineered to be able to work to them. So really we need to work on all these 4 facets of learning, which I call Shastra, Tantra, Vidya, and Kala. And mostly when you do Shastra and Tantra and Vidya, the Vidya to Kala transition, in fact, during PhDs is being a challenge in our country, actually. And what we're going to do through Department of Biotechnology is being able to have courses that allows you to transit to a skill and effective performance, which is very critical to be able to make things happen in its own format and own ways, actually. I think I'll stop here, but thank you very much for all joining, and thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you very much, sir, for your important presentation. Today we have with us few industrialists. We have with us Mr. Jeffrey Peterson, Chairman and CEO, Target Discovery, Inc., California, a personalized medicine diagnostic company leveraging proprietary proteomics tools. Prior to Target Discovery, he served as a CEO of Sharp, Peterson, Ochiltree and Associates. Please help me welcome Mr. Jeffrey to share his experiences with us.
Honorable Chief Minister Patel, Honorable Health and Family Welfare Minister Mandavia, esteemed dignitaries and colleagues. On behalf of many accomplished colleagues and visionaries that have been invited to share this event with you, I offer our thanks to the government of Gujarat for their generous invitation and support, and thanks to the multiple officers and hardworking people behind the scenes that have brought together this pre-vibrant Gujarat conference. I also thank the Indus Setu Global Foundation for their pivotal role in creating this opportunity to speak with you. Setu, as we call it, is focused on bridge building between India, the USA, and other countries, convening leaders and change agents from government, academia, nonprofits, and industry, powerhouses to innovative startup entrepreneurs, and is focused on 3 of our world's greatest existential challenges: human health, women's empowerment, and planetary health, including climate change and beyond. So, what life lessons do I have to share with you? I've been incredibly fortunate and blessed with enormous diversity of experiences across industries, technologies, products, services, markets, functional areas, from the largest global conglomerates with sophisticated systems to cowboy companies that are improvising their way through explosive growth, to boards of public companies facing transformations, and to my journey through multiple startups, and more recently into teaching, coaching entrepreneurs at all levels, and helping give back to other founders creating new startup successes. But I consider myself especially fortunate for 18 years of living and working overseas in the Middle East, in Europe, and Africa, learning the breadth of cultures, the values, perspectives, priorities, and understanding the chasms of differences that can exist in these. I've learned the deep challenges of differences in language and an understanding that what one side may consider to be clear and obvious, while the other side is on a different planet, and ultimately in showing the humility, consideration, and caring to always build to achieve mutual understanding, alignment, and collaboration. I've witnessed emancipation of women, creation of middle-class bourgeois, the power of societal and economic conversion in Iran under the Shah, and the arc of decisions and evolution that consumed him and veered the country onto a wildly different course. I've witnessed General Electric's transformation under Jack Welch, notably focused on developing people talent, creating and embracing challenge and accepting and making room for failures to allow room for growth, teaching thoughtful analysis, focused vision and planning, and accountable execution. These created a titanically respected and successful company, but I've seen some of the limitations in managing complexity and diversity that hobbled GE's path into a much different company today. I've witnessed the visionary leadership and courage of Nelson Mandela through his journey from prisoner to president and the transformation in the post-apartheid period, and the astonishing vision and courage that was manifested in the Truth and Reconciliation Commission's strategy. But I again watched the limitations of achievement under others that grasped opportunities subsequently to lead without sufficient vision, knowledge, or discipline, or with outright greed and corruption. I've witnessed the breathtaking and inspirational reality of Silicon Valley, a wonderful, multicultural melting pot that is an astonishing cauldron of the magical components of academia, financing, and entrepreneurial recycling and giving back, that has created an entrepreneurial success engine in high-tech, biotech, and beyond that was arguably unequaled until more recent years, as many of us have welcomed and trained others, seeding and nurturing a diaspora of entrepreneurial hotbed creations around the world. I've witnessed industrial transformations that have beggared the imagination in medicine, in physics, in computing, in the dawn of the web-based information age, in the promise of biotechnology, and of course, and the explosive emergence and blossoming of artificial intelligence and machine learning. And of course, in the consequences of the evolution of each of these technologies, nuclear threats, bioweapons, social media run amok, and the darker possibilities of AI. These consequences are only sometimes unforeseen or poorly managed. Let us hope that they are not just inevitable. And I witnessed today the most gut-wrenching of crises in the USA and on the global stage, where democracies that long ago seemed ascendant in a post-Cold War world are now fighting against the encroachment and self-serving corruptions of power and money, and are seesawing through manipulated truths, fake news, and projections from guilty parties onto the innocent. It looks frighteningly close to an end of empire moment and a dystopian nightmare as multiple dictatorial powers rise and threaten anew. So what have I learned along the way? Certainly I've seen the awful price that can be paid for failing to maintain, inspire, and invigorate your people on the course ahead, or worse, to succumb to hubris and to failing to listen, to test the validity of one's progress, of failing to understand and embrace change. and the need to course correct or even to pivot, innovate, and create a new course. And I've seen the more awful price of allowing the cancer of self-serving behaviors, feeding and building further power, self-serving greed and corruption. I must say that I'm mightily heartened by the leadership examples that I've observed here in India, ranging from the repudiation of corruption from the highest levels of government to the strategic investments being made and the magnificent people-focused example of the vibrant Gujarat conference sequence in which we're currently engaged. I learned the lessons on prioritizing the selection, development, and advancement of people, hopefully more talented and capable than ourselves, and the need for courageous and visionary leadership in the embrace of challenges, and the engagement with the unknown or the poorly understood, the need for voracious pursuit of growth and learning, but especially for growth in perspective and wisdom, wrestled from the thoughtful analysis of your own experiences and the experiences of others, and for the building and rewarding of teams above individuals for high performance. I learned at the core, integrity and sound guiding principles are critical. Clarity of analysis, vision, planning, goal setting are essential to achievement. But another key learning has been that in one's journey, opportunities knock or may just be passing by your door, and you must be alert, listening, and thoughtful to recognize, consider, analyze them smartly. And then you must be courageous enough to listen to your intuition or gut and embrace them. On any path, you must be humble enough to course adjust and hardworking, visionary, and persistent enough to stay on and lead through the course to successful realization. Let me circle back to AI, artificial intelligence, to impress the importance of this explosive development on those of you who may not have understood its inescapability yet. AI is not new. The pursuit of it has been evolving for decades. The first generation was known as expert systems, which were basically deep and sometimes complex decision trees. One of the companies that I've been helping, Tiger Health, used this approach to mine data from dozens of clinical trials and to create a breakthrough in the management of diabetes, disease spectrum, and many of the other diseases with complex comorbidities that interact or are exacerbated in the presence of diabetes. Tiger provides a fast and inexpensive physician decision support tool for the effective management of this disease spectrum within the incredibly short physician-patient visit time allowed by many health systems or the insurance reimbursement provided. The explosion of diabetes worldwide is one of the two greatest health economic threats faced by the globe and all of us. And this technology is uniquely positioned to completely change that trajectory. And I speak from personal experience. Over the course of 3 to 4 years, Tiger's health guidance transformed me personally from a fully diabetic state all the way back to a deeply normal territory. And that was first generation AI. The second generation of AI utilized sophistical statistical analysis tools to create decision analysis systems capable of teasing out challenges and often hidden insights from complex data sets. A couple of my companies have used these tools on complex mass spectrometry to produce intuitively understandable guidance on clinical outcomes and on food, beverage, and environmental contamination, substitutions, and authenticity. Third generation AI now harnesses these tools against massive deep data sets and complex multivariable problems in order to yield even more powerful insights and guidance. Another company that I'm helping, NeuralTrack, uses third-generation AI to take a simple array of X-ray pictures from a short 60-degree sweep of a C-arm X-ray machine that reaches around an operating table during live surgery. And it converts that into full-resolution CT imaging that can be sliced and sectioned for accurate surgical tool positioning, just like a full CT data set. The technology is revolutionary, not just to the health economics and accessibility of a great number of interventional surgeries, but more importantly, it will affordably revolutionize the accessibility of CT quality imaging capabilities into much more diverse and remote settings throughout the world, yielding an enormous impact upon health economics and patient outcomes. Fourth generation AI is the generative AI that has taken off in the past 2 years. That's amazing so many of us, with the conversationally interactive research and writing tools of ChatGPT for text and of DALL-E for image generation, and now a slew of other competing platforms vying for leadership. I've seen my wife's company in small pet care convert from spending hundreds of dollars on artwork regularly to using DALL-E's image generation capabilities to generate over 20,000 images of breathtaking quality, variety, composition, and artistic styles for fractions of a penny each. And these are offering an entirely new business expansion for her business. In summary, AI will be invading our lives from every angle in short order. I cannot emphasize enough the importance and opportunities available from getting involved early to understand, embrace, and participate in the utilization of these exploding tool sets. In closing, I'm very excited to be here with you. I look forward to the opportunity to create important and powerful partnerships, whether between my companies and their opportunities for translating enormous benefits quickly into India and beyond, or to helping the many entrepreneurs assembled for boot camp interactions here today, but most importantly, to partner with your government, academic and industry leaders to create and foster the development and flourishing of new meccas of entrepreneurial innovation and success across India. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for sharing your wonderful experiences through your address. In order to share his experiences and views, I would now like to welcome Shri G.S. Krishnan, President, Association of Biotech-Led Enterprises, ABLE, and ex-Managing Director and Regional President, Novozymes South Asia Private Limited.
Honorable Chief Minister Sri Bhupendra Patel ji, Honorable Minister Mansukh Mandavia, Chief Secretary, Government of Gujarat, Principal Secretary, Secretary DBT Dr. Rajesh Gokhale, and Mission Director, distinguished delegate, of course, Mr. Jefferson. It's a great pleasure and honor to be here today on behalf of the biotech segment representing the Association of Biotech-Led Enterprises. In fact, the Association of Biotech-Led Enterprises is the only industry body representing the biotech segment, supporting them in various initiatives from the advocacy point of view, inputs for streamlining regulations, industry recommendations for the union budgets, etc. Also the sector development, promoting investments in the sector, facilitating industry-academia collaborations, institutional support, promoting entrepreneurship, which is very, very critical, encouraging biotech students to pursue higher studies. They are the future of biotechnology. The regional chapters of the Association of Biotech-Led Enterprises specifically looks at various states and regions where the biotech clusters need to be promoted, and also looking at specific opportunities in these segments. Looking at the bioeconomy report, which was released recently, Dr. Rajesh Gokhale already briefly mentioned about that. This is registering a growth of almost 30% from 2022, and it's valued at about $137 billion. And as Dr. Rajesh Gokhale already mentioned, specifically now we see the biopharma segment, which is growing regularly, and we all know about the contributions where biopharmaceutical segments made during the pandemic, where the dependency for our own indigenous innovation and also biomanufacture for the vaccines, it has been steadily growing, but slowly we could see that the industrial biotech segment is gaining momentum, specifically in the areas of biofuel, potable alcohol, textile, leather, and a few other segments from food to feed, which is growing significantly, and that's definitely showing promising growth, and of course the other sectors also following. This is just to give an idea about the various contributions from the various states. Of course, from the Gujarat point of view, which is $11 billion, we see definitely there is more opportunity in Gujarat to contribute to the overall bioeconomy of India. Gujarat has its pride. Even the leading insulin manufacturers are located over here. The leading textile segment and the other segments can further contribute, and this is something which one needs to focus, and I'm sure the government of Gujarat is looking at these opportunities to play a bigger role from a bioeconomy point of view. The cumulative startups all over India, and you can see that Gujarat has more than 500 startups. This is every year there is an inclusion going on, and today the total startups in India is more than 5,000. We realize the importance of encouraging startup. There are challenges today where the startups are facing. This is where I think each state and clusters of biotechnology need to focus, and there are a lot of initiatives and support coming from DBT and BIRAC. Just coming to the bioeconomy opportunities in Gujarat, I think the biomanufacturing, which Dr. Rajesh Gokhale mentioned, there's a very big opportunity where the state government could play an important role supporting the various investments in this segment, along with DBT and BIRAC, by providing them land, and then again the other clearing and the regulatory support, which is very critical, and I think this is an area where Gujarat could play a more critical role. Biofuels, again, from the Government of India and the Prime Minister's initiative, and recently even in G20, biofuels was specifically mentioned. The 2G ethanol, which is basically ethanol from agricultural residues. Just to give an example, the Gujarat, we had worked together with them on the opportunities to convert the various cotton stalks to ethanol, and this is one area where actually again the government of Gujarat can play a critical role in ensuring the contribution towards achieving the 20% ethanol in fuel. It also, as I mentioned, encouraging startups. Startup, as you all know, that actually there are challenges related to the scale-up. This is where the initiative on biomanufacturing will support this, and with the government of Gujarat's support, I'm sure that the startups, which is going to make a significant difference in the overall growth of the biotech segment, this requires all the support. Entrepreneurship, again, ABLE has been closely working with various institutes. There are a lot of young entrepreneurs, and we need encouragement for more entrepreneurship, and the government of Gujarat again has an opportunity to support the biotech institutions in promoting entrepreneurship. We are also suggesting that there are a lot of opportunities and there are a lot of capabilities from the state of Gujarat, and we have, ABLE have been having pavilion, for example, in the US Bio. It is very critical to participate in such international forums where it will very clearly have an opportunity to placard on the various capabilities in the state. Coming to the bioeconomy report for the state, we have been recommending and suggesting to the government of Gujarat to have a special bioeconomy report for the state, which will not only give you where we stand today, where are the opportunities, and where we can work together to support the development of the bioeconomy. This will also have opportunities for strategizing on future areas which one could look at it. This will also fine-tune the current biotech policy, which is the most popular in all over India, and there are a lot of praise about this particular initiative, and also the ease of doing business in Gujarat, and something which one could capitalize on. ABLE, the Association of Biotech-Led Enterprises, would like to enable these opportunities with the state of Gujarat, and we would like to look forward to working together. Wish you all a lovely two-day session over here. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your presentation and address. Ladies and gentlemen, this moment is also to mark the international collaborations that the state looks forward to forge and expand. For this, I welcome Ms. Priya Tandon, founder and chairman, Indus Setu Global Foundation, and request Shri Viday Khare, IS, Mission Director, Gujarat State Biotechnology Mission, to execute this partnership agreement for a long-term association by exchanging MOU in august presence of our Chief Minister of Gujarat, Shri Bhupendra Bhai Patel. Indeed, a moment of pride and pleasure. You can applaud more because this is just a mark of beginning. Thank you and good luck. Today in the world of innovations, this pre-summit is about to see the unraveling of some innovations which are ready to commercialize. These products have cleared all the regulatory hurdles and are ready to serve the society. I would request, foremost, Shri Honorable Chief Minister of Gujarat, Bhupendra Bhai Patel, to launch this innovative and significant products with a remote.
Cerebro conducts a 2-minute test and simply displays green or red on the screen. Green indicates healthy, red indicates hemorrhage, so refer for CT. And it's totally harmless even for pregnant women and children.
ભારતમાં ફર્સ્ટ ટાઈમ સિન્ડરસેન સ્માર્ટ વેરેબલ પોર્ટેબલ નવીન આધુનિક ટેકનોલોજી મોવેક્સોન ઉપકરણ પ્રોડક્ટ પ્રદાન કરે છે જે ખૂબ જ રીતે સચોટ, સસ્તું, તત્કાલિક પરિણામ પ્રદાન કરે છે. સમાન કાર્યક્ષમતામાં પારંપરિક પદ્ધતિઓની તુલનામાં લેબોરેટરીનો ખર્ચ 7 ગણો બચાવે છે તથા એન્ડ યુઝર માટે 10 ગણા ખર્ચની બચત કરે છે.
The device we have created, IOTA Biosampler, which will bring diagnostic access at a remote location. So in that case, the benefit will be the people don't need to travel to the urban region to have their diagnostic. People can, while using our device, so they can self-sample their blood and can deliver this device to the at a tier 1 cities or the high-end diagnostic laboratory for their diagnostic test.
Our product, Inflaquick ESR Analyzer, is used for measuring erythrocyte sedimentation rate, which is a biomarker for measuring inflammation in the body. The key advantage of the product is you can measure ESR directly using vacutainer blood samples. Other distinguishing features of the product are that it is IoT enabled, it has wireless connectivity compliant to HL7 standard and has high throughput of 60 tests per hour.
Congratulations. We would now like to call all the four companies, foremost Cerebro, a handheld scanner for hemorrhages. सर आपने विनंती कि आप प्रोडक्ट लॉन्च कर शो. Congratulations and good luck. Next is Gate Sense, a gate analyzer for locomotory defects. Congratulations and good luck. Next is Biosampler, a micro-volume blood collection storage kit. Congratulations and good luck. Last but not the least, InfaQuick, an automated ECR analyzer. Congratulations and good luck. Thank you very much. गुजरात के विकास पथ पर सदैव नवीन एवं आधुनिक दृष्टिकोण रखना जिनका जीवन मंत्र है, जो सदैव नए विचार, नए आयाम को सराहते हैं, उनको बढ़ावा देते हैं और मार्गदर्शन प्रदान करते हैं, ऐसे हमारे गुजरात के माननीय मुख्यमंत्री श्री भूपेंद्र भाई पटेल को आइए तालियों की गड़गड़ाहट के साथ उनके विशिष्ट संबोधन के लिए आमंत्रित करते हैं।
राज्य सरकार के साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी विभाग द्वारा आयोजित वाइब्रेंट गुजरात प्री समिट के तहत बायोटेक्नोलॉजिकल द पाथ ऑफ द इनोवेशन एंड वेलनेस फॉर विकसित भारत कार्यक्रम में वर्चुअल माध्यम से हमारे साथ उपस्थित केंद्रीय मंत्री श्री मनसुख भाई मांडविया जी, मेरे साथ मंच पर उपस्थित मुख्य सचिव श्री राजकुमार जी, केंद्रीय डीबीटी के सचिव श्री राजेश गोखले जी, अग्र सचिव श्री मोना खंदार जी, एसोसिएशन ऑफ बायोटेक्नोलॉजी लैंड एंटरप्राइज के अध्यक्ष श्री GS कृष्णन, टारगेट यूनिवर्सिटी के चेयरमैन श्री जेफरी पेटरसन, GSBTM के मिशन डायरेक्टर श्री विदय खरे, उपस्थित अधिकारीगण, आमंत्रित बायोटेक्नोलॉजी क्षेत्र के अग्रणी महानुभाव, प्रेस मीडिया के मित्र, आप सभी को मेरा नमस्कार। वैश्विक नेता और भारत के यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र भाई मोदी जी ने गुजरात के मुख्यमंत्री के रूप में आज से 20 साल पहले वाइब्रेंट गुजरात ग्लोबल समिट का बीज बोया था। गुजरात में नई टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ साथ नई नई इंडस्ट्रीज आए और राज्य के लोगों को रोजगार मिले, यही इस मेगा इवेंट का आयोजित करने का उद्देश्य था। साथ ही गुजरात की क्षमताओं और गुजरात में मौजूदा अवसर का लाभ लेना भी इस इवेंट के मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव थे। आज मैं गर्व से ये कह सकता हूं कि प्रधानमंत्री जी के मार्गदर्शन में हम अभी तक अपने इन उद्देश्यों को पूरा करने में सफल रहे हैं। अब जनवरी 2024 में हम इसके 10th एडिशन को आयोजित करने जा रहे हैं। वाइब्रेंट समिट 2024 से पहले पिछले कुछ महीनों में हमने 9 प्री वाइब्रेंट इवेंट्स और MOU साइनिंग कार्यक्रम भी आयोजित किए हैं। बायोटेक्नोलॉजी के क्षेत्र में 2000 करोड़ रुपए से अधिक से एमओयू हुए हैं और इससे करीबन 3000 रोजगार के अवसर आएंगे। प्री वाइब्रेंट सक्सेस के तौर पर गुजरात में अब तक केमिकल, फार्मा, इंजीनियरिंग जैसे विभिन्न क्षेत्रों में 30,000 से ज्यादा एमओयू और लार्ज प्रोजेक्ट के लिए भी एमओयू भी हुए हैं। गेटवे टू द फ्यूचर की थीम के साथ हम इस वाइब्रेंट समिट में फ्यूचरिस्टिक सेक्टर्स पर अधिक फोकस करेंगे। फ्यूचरिस्टिक सेक्टर्स की ग्रोथ टेक्नोलॉजी के बिना संभव नहीं है और बायोटेक्नोलॉजी फ्यूचरिस्टिक सेक्टर्स के ओवरऑल ग्रोथ के लिए सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट फैक्टर्स में से एक है। इसीलिए हमने प्री वाइब्रेंट इवेंट के तौर पर बायोटेक्नोलॉजी विषय पर डेडिकेटेड इवेंट आयोजित किया है। बायोटेक्नोलॉजी से जुड़े सेक्टर्स गुजरात में आए और यहाँ ग्रो करे, इसके प्रयास माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने अपने मुख्यमंत्री कार्यकाल में ही शुरू कर दिए थे। 2004 में श्री नरेंद्र भाई के मार्गदर्शन में गुजरात राज्य में बायोटेक्नोलॉजिकल मिशन को शुरू किया गया था। इस मिशन के अंतर्गत बायोटेक्नोलॉजी सेक्टर से जुड़े कई पहलुओं पर ध्यान दिया गया। इसके परिणाम स्वरूप गुजरात बायोटेक्निकल रिसर्च सेंटर, गुजरात बायोटेक्नोलॉजिकल यूनिवर्सिटी, सावली बायोटेक पार्क और सावली टेक्नोलॉजी एंड बिजनेस इंक्यूबेटर जैसे इंस्टीट्यूट्स आज गुजरात की शोभा बढ़ा रहे हैं। मुझे ये कहते हुए खुशी हो रही है कि 2017 से शुरू होकर सावली इंक्यूबेटर को पिछले 3 लगातार सर्वेक्षण में देश के टॉप 5 पब्लिक बायो इंक्यूबेटर्स में स्थान दिया गया है। इस इंक्यूबेटर ने 100 से अधिक स्टार्टअप को प्रभावित किया है। इसने लगभग 450 करोड़ रुपए से अधिक के स्टार्टअप के कुल मूल्यांकन के साथ 65 से अधिक पेटेंट जनरेट किए हैं। इसी तरह गुजरात का फार्मा सेक्टर भी राज्य के इंडस्ट्रियल आउटपुट में लगभग 40 से 45% का कंट्रीब्यूशन देता है। ये सेक्टर स्टेट में 12,000 करोड़ से अधिक का रेवेन्यू जनरेट करता है। इतना ही नहीं, आज गुजरात भारत में मौजूदा प्रमुख बायो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग सेंटर्स में एक है। यह हम सभी के लिए गौरव की बात है कि आज गुजरात में दुनिया के सबसे बड़ा फार्मा और बायोटेक वर्क फोर्स मौजूद है। प्रधानमंत्री जी ने अनुसंधान को प्रायोरिटी देते हुए जय अनुसंधान का मंत्र दिया है। वैश्विक नेता और यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री जी के नेतृत्व में देश में बायोटेक्नोलॉजी सेक्टर का स्वर्णिम युग चल रहा है। एक समय था जब भारत के नागरिक को महामारी के टीकों और दवाइयों के लिए वर्षों तक इंतजार करना पड़ता था। पहले विदेशों में शोध होता था और वहां के लोगों का इलाज पहले होता था, फिर भारत के लोगों को दवाइयां और टीके मिलते थे। लेकिन अब समय बदल गया है। कोरोना काल में भारत दुनिया की फार्मेसी बनकर उभरा है। हमने पूरी दुनिया में भारत निर्मित HCQ का एक्सपोर्ट किया है। इसके बाद भारतीय रिसर्च और भारतीय साइंटिस्ट ने कोरोना का स्वदेशी टीका भी विकसित किया, जिसने पूरे देश को कोरोना से बचाने में मदद की। हमने वसुधैव कुटुंबकम की भावना से देश के लोगों के साथ साथ पूरे विश्व के लोगों तक टीका पहुंचाया गया। प्रधानमंत्री जी ने क्लिनिकल टेस्टिंग से लेकर अप्रूवल स्टेज तक पूरे प्रोसेस को तेज कर दिया है, जिससे बायोटेक सेक्टर्स में रिसर्च को काफी फायदा हुआ है। मुझे विश्वास है कि बायोटेक्नोलॉजी के सेक्टर भविष्य में गुजरात में समग्र विकास में महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका निभाएगा। वर्ल्ड लेवल पर बायोटेक्नोलॉजिकल इंडस्ट्रीज में लगभग 3% से की हिस्सेदारी के साथ भारत आज एशिया प्रशांत क्षेत्र में तीसरा सबसे बड़ा बायोटेक्नोलॉजी सेक्टर का डेस्टिनेशन है। आज भारत में बायोटेक्नोलॉजिकल सेक्टर सबसे तेजी से बढ़ते क्षेत्रों में से एक है। बायोटेक्नोलॉजिकल सेक्टर को टेक्नोलॉजी ऑफ होप कहा जाता है। गुजरात सरकार ने बायोटेक्नोलॉजी के इस महत्व को समझते हुए इस सेक्टर से जुड़े इंडस्ट्रीज के लिए बायोटेक्नोलॉजिकल पॉलिसी 2022 लागू कर दी है। मुझे विश्वास है कि हमारी यह पॉलिसी गुजरात के बायोटेक्नोलॉजिकल सेक्टर को वर्ल्ड लेवल पर एक नई पहचान देगी। गुजरात सरकार दुनिया की बेस्ट बायोटेक्नोलॉजिकल गुजरात में लाकर भविष्य में विकास और विकसित भारत के लिए प्रतिबद्ध है। इस सेक्टर में अंतर्राष्ट्रीय सहयोग के बेहतर रिजल्ट हासिल करने के लिए गुजरात इन सहयोगों को वाइब्रेंट गुजरात समिट से आगे लेकर जा रहा है। मुझे विश्वास है कि गुड गवर्नेंस, बिजनेस फ्रेंडली एनवायरनमेंट और पॉलिसी सपोर्ट्स के साथ गुजरात में बायोटेक्नोलॉजी का रिसर्च और डेवलपमेंट और उसकी पूरी इंडस्ट्रीज वर्ल्ड लेवल की बनेगी। साइंस हो या स्पेस, प्रधानमंत्री जी के नेतृत्व में भारत की स्वदेशी टेक्निक दुनिया को अपनी ताकत दिखा रही है। मुझे विश्वास है कि प्रधानमंत्री जी के विकसित भारत एट 2047 विजन के साथ वाइब्रेंट समिट के माध्यम से हम साथ मिलकर गुजरात को एक मजबूत बायोटेक डेस्टिनेशन बनाने में सफल रहेंगे। इन्हीं अपेक्षाओं के साथ मैं अपनी वाणी को विराम देता हूं। भारत माता की जय, वंदे मातरम, जय जय गरवी गुजरात।
माननीय मुख्यमंत्री श्री, आपके प्रोत्साहनपूर्ण संबोधन, संपूर्ण मार्गदर्शन एवं प्रेरक उपस्थिति के लिए आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करते हैं। All the startups are requested to reach to their stalls before Honorable CM Sir inaugurates the exhibition. And other people are requested to kindly be seated. No one will move from the seats until the exhibition is totally open and Sir leaves from this particular hall. आइए अब तालियों के साथ माननीय मुख्यमंत्री और मंच से विराजमान सभी को हम एग्जीबिशन को इनॉग्रेट करने के लिए आमंत्रित करते हैं। Many congratulations to all the exhibitors, the startups, and the government of Gujarat. One more time, we thank our Honorable Chief Minister of Gujarat, Shri Bhupendra Bhai Patel, for his august presence over here with us on this significant event. It is indeed a pride and pleasure for the Department, for the Government of State and Government of India.